Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is revisiting one that I made quite a long time ago, sometime last year, and I made a business card holder and it was a freestanding one. And actually I made a black one, I believe, in the video. I can't remember, but this was my Melon Mambo version, so this was one of the samples I made. And actually this is the one that sits on my desk. And very recently a lady called Hope asked me if I could make a bigger version of this to hold some sweetie bags for her son's 4th birthday, and so we're revisiting the original project but making a bigger version. So you can see it is the same as the original style, but it's the bigger version, and of course it has to have the signature button like my original one did. The Bermuda Bay and the basic black ones that I made to go alongside this did as well, so I had to keep that, but I've made it because she's giving these out to her son's guests. So I'm going to show you how to make this. Move that one out of the way, and I'm going to move this one out of the way for a minute. And this one is garden green. Yes, it's garden green, so I'm going to do a Pacific Point version because it's for a boy. I don't know his name, but I hope he has a lovely birthday. And you need a piece of cardstock that is 6 by 12 inches, so 30.5 by 15 centimetres. So you can get 2 of these from a sheet of cardstock. With the long side at the top, you score it, I'll give you the imperial measurements first, at 3.5 inches and 4.5 inches, then at 7.5 and 8.5 inches. And in metric, you're going to score yours at 9, 11.5, 19 and 21.5 centimetres. Then you turn it around so you've got the short side at the top, score it this time at 1 inch and at 5 inches, which is 2.5 centimetres and 12.5 centimetres. So that's all the scoring. So you can do, like I say, 2 from a sheet of cardstock. So if you've got a dozen children at the party, you only need 6 pieces of card. Yay! So, do we want to... No, we don't want to burnish the score lines just yet because I want to put the DSP on it, the front, because it flows round. So this piece measures 4 by 3.5 inches, which is 10.5 by 9 centimetres. And the bag size, Hope's bags are 4 by 7 inches. Now, our stripy bags are wider than that, so I've trimmed them down, but that's what's going to fit inside, so it's 4 by 1 inches that way. So the DSP goes onto one or other of the panels. You decide, doesn't matter too much. I'm going to grab my snail because we want to fold that at the point of burnishing. So some snail on the back of that. And position it, and what you're going for is it's these, you can see when you line it up that where it's meant to be. So position it between those because we're going to fold it on this score line as well. Now I can fold everything. Fold up the sides, the long side. And when you come to fold these, it's the middle 2 you're folding against the score line you've just done. So that's the middle one. That's the other middle one. Can you have 2 middle ones? Probably. And then these ones you want to fold back on themselves. So you're folding in the opposite direction. So you fold that one in, and this one we're going to fold out. And obviously now that we've got the Designer Series paper on, you have to push that a little bit harder. And that is how it is going to fold up like that, and you get your feet. Because that's what I'm going to call them, feet, I think. So some bits you need to remove. It's looking at the middle, it's the very middle piece and the 2 little squares. Just get rid of them completely. I'm going to bring in my big craft scissors. I love these scissors. They're fantastic. So cut there and then cut all the way down. I kind of thought scissors were, you know, there was a pair of scissors is a pair of scissors until I got these. Oh my goodness. These just blow my other craft scissors out of the water. They are heavy, they are sharp, they cut through stuff in the very cliche term of like knife through a butter, but they really do, and they are long as well. I love that. And you can do some really good fussy cutting with this. Fussy cutting is not something I do very often. That's where you hand cut around an image, whether it's stamped or what have you. But they are, because they're long, you can do your wiggle trimming very easily. Right, that's that bit done. So we need to stick these 2 long rectangular bits, they need to stick down because that is the feet part. So they're sticking down here. So you can use liquid glue, you could use Tombow. I'm going to use Snail for speed. So straight onto those parts. Fold it over. And the same with this one, fold that over. Okay, this is most definitely our front. So these parts are going to wrap around there. So we want it just to flow nicely. We don't want the seam showing as it would do there. It's just not pretty. So put your adhesive there on what is the front panel, fold it over, put it on there, same on there, and then it will line up perfectly. So if you line up at the top first, so where my thumbs are, and it will naturally line up all the way down. There we go. And then the same on this side, tip that so I can see that you can see what I'm doing. So lining it up with my thumbs, just there, and it's lining up all the way down. So that is our box, so you decorate at will. I'm going to decorate it with the Starburst Saying stamp set, which actually has framelets to match it, but I want to do punching because I'm kind of looking at this through Hope's eyes and how she would, if she was going to make, you know, I don't know, maybe 10 for her son's guests. She's not going to want to get her big shot out and do dozens of framelit cutting, so I'm going to use the 1-inch circle punch with these. So I've got all 3 that I want to do lined up on a block. Got my Pacific Point ink. My tummy has just started to gurgle. Clearly it's lunchtime. So they're all inked up. Stamp them all down in one go. Straight down, straight up. My 1-inch circle, which fits beautifully round them. Punch them all out. Oops. And I've got some Basics rhinestone crystals, and I'm going to take the larger one to go over the centre of this sort of, I don't know, what would you call it? Stripy one, possibly. And to go over the O in U. And I'm going to take the smallest ones and put them on the star in the very middle at the top and the very middle at the bottom. I've got my button all ready, because you don't want to see me battling that. And this is a metal, one of the, what are they calling it? Basics metal buttons, and they're lovely. They are in the spring catalogue at the moment. Mini glue dot on the back of that one over the ribbony part, and that is the silver 1/8 of an inch ribbon that I've tied on there, which is actually what I tied the bag with. Let's pop that down in the bottom corner. Can you see that? I hope you can. And like I say, I think that's what made these little, my original ones, so cute. And then dimensionals on the back of the circles. I'm just going to position them kind of randomly. One there, we'll have Celebrate up there. Oh, actually it's turned out exactly the same way as I did it originally. So just sort of clustered. Excuse me. And if I had another bag of rhubarb and custard sweeties, I'd have made one, but I didn't. Because I opened the bag and small children came and ate them. So I've got them in here, so they're full all the way up to there. And that fits a 4-inch bag perfectly. Like I say, the Stampin' Up ones, I had to trim down the side. And, oh look, there you go. You can see, maybe I ought to eat that one. Just so that it would recreate her specifically for Hope and for her little boy. But that is my freestanding sweetie treat box to match my freestanding business card holder. And I think this one was maybe June or July last year, so go back and have a look at it. But you'll find it by doing a search for freestanding business card holder. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope that your son has a lovely birthday party.